warm good morning to all the students, faculties and attendees of the event. I, Ms. Ishuta Wankhede, welcome you all to the one-day online workshop on resume building organized by Department of Computer Science and Applications of GS Science, Arts and Commerce College, Khamgaon, District Buldana, Maharashtra. Our college is run by Vidarbha Shikshan Prasarak Mandal and has been established in the year 1947. We are one of the pioneering institutes in the educational field in our area. We are affiliated to Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, which is a state university. This event is a part of online activities organized by our department for faculties and students during this lockdown period. Coming to the theme of the event, we know that colleges and universities all across the country generate thousands and lakhs of graduates every year. There are a wide range of job opportunities available for the students. The job hiring process generally starts with an advertisement. The advertisement contains details of the job, including the place of the job, the educational qualifications required for the job, any experience whether it is required for the job, and so on. Lakhs of candidates apply to this job, so it is really not feasible to take a personal interview of each student. So generally, a candidate applying for the job is required to submit a short summary of his educational details, personal details or experience and certain kind of things. This summary is called as a resume, and this resume acts as a presenter of the candidate to the recruiter. So generally, the resume is a very critical tool which can impress your recruiter. So today we are going to understand that what actually a resume is, what details should you fill up in the resume. Actually, we will be starting from whether actually a resume is pronounced as a resume or a resume. What is the difference between the CV, biodata and a resume and certain kind of things. So, in order to apply for your dream job and receive it, in order to impress your job recruiters, it is very essential to design a good resume which is impressive and which includes all your plus points. So, today's workshop is dedicated to building a great resume. Today's speaker is Mr. Prithviraj Thakur, who is Assistant Professor in English teaching at our college itself. So, without any further ado, I request Dr. D.S. Talwankar, Principal of our college, for a short inaugural note, and before that, I invite Dr. P.E. Ajmire, Head, Department of Computer Science and Applications, for a short preface to this event. Thank you.
Thanks, Ishuta. Myself, Dr. Prafulla Ajmire, welcomes you all the participants for this one-day online resume building workshop on the behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Application. I welcome Dr. D.S. Talwankar, Principal of our college, today chairperson of this online workshop. I request him to occupy the chair. Welcome, Dr. D.S. Talwankar. Dear participants, your resume is the mirror of you. A resume is a short descriptive document. It is an account of work experience, education, qualification, objective, personal qualities, and special skills. It is usually the first item a potential employer sees about you and therefore is very important. The resume is a main purpose. The resume's main purpose is to get you an interview. Dear friends, it is the first impression on the employer. A resume and a covering letter are your marketing tools to make an impact on a potential employer and secure an interview call. There are literally hundreds of books are available in the market with good advice about how to write effective resume and covering letters, each with a different opinion and style and contents. Dear participant, today we are fortunate to have Dr. Prithviraj Thakur, He is assistant professor in the Department of English of our college. He is working in the college from last 12 years. He teaches English to undergraduate student and English drama to PG student at our college. He likes reading, writing, traveling, and spending a time with friends and family. Re- Reading books is his greatest passion. He loves to share knowledge and feel glad to be help to the others. Now I request Dr. Talwankar, Principal, to inaugurate this session. After inaugural speech, Dr. Prithviraj will deliver his talk about resume building, and after this session will be conducted by Ishuta Wankhede. Thank you, Ishuta. Welcome, Dr. D.S. Talwankar, sir.
I welcome you all, the participants in this workshop. And in the very beginning, I must congratulate our Department of Science, Computer Science and Application, GS Science, Arts and Commerce College, Khamgaon, for choosing such an important theme for this workshop. And the choice of resource person, I know personally Dr. P.P. Thakur. He is the best faculty for so many soft skills, and one which is very important out of that is nothing but the resume writing, resume building, which is much important. Not only that, we can say it is the prerequisite for building career. When we apply for job in any firm, any organization, any company or college for various jobs, the first step in this is nothing but the resume writing. We know that, we might have heard that first impression is best impression. But I have to say that when you will create your first impression, obviously in first personal meeting. But when you have to build your career, first of all you have to apply, and you might be shortlisted only when if your resume is impressive. That means here you have to create your impression, you have to make your impression before the first meeting. And that's why resume writing, somebody may say that what is there, my qualification and my hobbies and details about myself, so just I have to put it on one paper and I have to attach that and apply somewhere. It is not like that. The scientific method of writing resume, which is effective and which may create impression on the readers, on the interviewers, or who will see that resume, he should thought that no, this is the right person to which I must be shortlisted for this job. And that's why this topic is important for each and every student. I can say that it is nothing but the integral part of your life or life building. It is much important soft skill. It is the first soft skill which everybody should have. And that's why I congratulate this Department of Computer Science and Application, as they have chosen this right topic and the right person for this workshop. I wish you all the best, that grab the opportunity, learn how to write scientifically resume, how to impress the others by our resume, and I formally declare that this workshop is inaugurated. Stay safe, stay well, and all the best. My best wishes for this workshop. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Prithviraj Thakur. Welcome to this workshop on writing a great resume and CV. In this workshop today, we will see what is meant by a good resume or CV, what is the difference between a good resume, CV and biodata, or whether there is a difference between all of these. We will also see what a structure of good resume should be like, and we will discuss in detail the new trend of robotic screening of resumes and writing robot friendly resumes.
Hello, friends, and welcome to this workshop or lecture or whatever you call it on writing a great resume or CV tips and tricks. Let me first thank our Department of Computer Science and Applications and Dr. Ajmire sir and Professor Ishuta Wankhede for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Let us now move on to the session plan today. We will first see the difference between a resume, CV, and biodata. We will then try to understand who is going to read a resume or CV, who your target audience will be. Then we will try and understand the structure of a good CV or resume. We will have a look at some success verbs. We'll move on then to uh, discuss how to write a robot-friendly resume, what a robot-friendly resume is and how to write it, and what an application tracking system is. We'll try to understand what an application tracking system or ATS is. Then we will have at the end look at some do's and don'ts of writing good CVs and resumes. First, we will try to understand what the correct word is. Is it resume? Is it CV? Is it biodata? What is the correct word? Is there any difference between the three? If there is a difference, what is it? You can see this confused boy here. He is confused what to call the document containing all the information about one's career, whether it is resume, whether it is CV, whether it is biodata. You can see the two accent marks on both the E's in resume, and that is why it is pronounced as resume. It's a French word, and that accent marks on the both the E's uh, suggest that they are pronounced as A's. So resume. CV is curriculum vitae, and biodata we all know. So let us first see the dictionary definitions of all these three words. In UK, curriculum vitae is used instead of resume. So this means that resume and curriculum vitae is one and the same thing, and they are used interchangeably. In US they call it resume, in UK they call it curriculum vitae. Now let us move on to curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae is also a short description of your education qualifications, previous jobs, and sometimes also your personal interest, which you send to an employer when you are trying to get a job. In the US, curriculum vitae is used mostly when applying for academic teaching jobs, and resume is used for other jobs. So in US, they try to make a difference. They differentiate between curriculum vitae and resume is used for other jobs than teaching, and curriculum vitae is mostly used uh, while applying for an academic job, academic teaching job. but most of the times curriculum vitae and resume are used interchangeably. Biodata is also is a word that is used uh, interchangeably for curriculum vitae and resume. Sometimes it is also used as a synonym for curriculum vitae and resume. And biodata is basically a details about someone's life, job, and achievements. So people sometimes use the word biodata, but curriculum vitae and resume are the more formal words for a document containing the details of your career and your personal life. So you should always prefer curriculum vitae or resume. In India, we use resume all along. I mean, even for academic teaching jobs, we use resume, and for other jobs also, we use the word resume. Now, let us try to have a look towards the prospective audience of your CV or your resume. So, in this presentation, I will also use the word CV and resume interchangeably. I will use both the words to mean the same document. What is a CV or a resume, and who will read it? Let us try to understand. Who are the people who are going to read your CV or resume, and how they would interpret it is important to know. Your resume or CV is basically a personal advertisement. It is your personal advertisement. You are advertising yourself, you are advertising your skills, you are advertising your knowledge, and it is targeted at your future boss. You want a job, you want to get a job, and that is why you are advertising yourself, your skills, and it is targeted at getting that job, convincing your future boss to select you. And the goal of CV or resume is basically to get shortlisted for an interview. You are not going to be appointed only on the basis of a good CV or resume. The CV or resume will take you to the interview cabin, to the interview chamber, but it will not be the only factor in getting a job. Ultimate goal of CV or resume is to get the job you want. So first it will take you to the level of an interview. You will get shortlisted for an interview. Your aim will be to get shortlisted for an interview and ultimately to get the job that you want. Your target audience will be 3 people, sometimes 2 and sometimes 3. First will be the junior resume screener. He will go through your resume, he will screen your resume, he or she will screen your resume and compare your CV or resume to the list of skills, titles or companies as per the list provided by the recruiter. Now, who is the recruiter? Recruiter is the company who wants to hire your services, the company where you want to get a job, and that recruiter will ask an employer or a third party agency to select, shortlist, screen and send good candidates for interview. So example of an employment agency is monster.com. Naukri.com. Companies like these, you will apply to companies like these and with an intention to get your preferred job in a particular field. So those companies and the resume screeners there will screen your resumes, your CVs, and they will have a list of skills or kind of experience that the recruiters need, and then as per the recruiters needs, they would see if your resume fits in the needs of a recruiter. आप जॉब के लिए या तो सीधे कंपनीज को अप्लाई करोगे या naukri.com या monster.com जैसे वेबसाइट्स को अप्लाई करोगे, एजेंसीज को, रिक्रूटिंग एजेंसीज को अप्लाई करोगे. अगर रिक्रूटिंग एजेंसी को अप्लाई करते हो तो रिक्रूटिंग एजेंसी का जूनियर रेज्यूमे स्क्रीनर आपका सीवी या रेज्यूमे पढ़ेगा, स्क्रीन करेगा, मतलब क्विकली पढ़ेगा और देखेगा कि जो उनके क्लाइंट कंपनीज है जिनके पास जॉब्स हैं वो कंपनीज के रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से आपका रेज्यूमे वो रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी करता है कि नहीं करता है. अगर आप इफ यू अप्लाई डायरेक्टली टू अ कंपनी, द company sometimes will have an HR department or an HR manager and who is supposed to go through your resume and screen and send the interview calls if they like it. For the reviewers, these reviewers, whether they are in a recruiting agency or in a company, the choice of phrases in your professional summary is important. There is a part in your CV or resume which is called a professional summary, and how you write that professional summary is very important. The choice of phrases in that professional summary is very important. Number 2 will be the recruiter. First, your resume will be screened by suppose by a junior resume screener at an employment agency or a company, and then the actual recruiter will screen your resume, and generally the recruiters don't spend too much time on one resume. They will have a quick look at your resume which will be for an average of 6 seconds. In 6 seconds, they will have a look at your resume and form the first impression. If they feel like reading it in details, they will read it for another 2-3 minutes and make sure that you are worth presenting to the company, to the hiring manager or to the boss. Now for these reviewers, the recruiters, what matters is your achievements, your concrete achievements, the facts and numbers about your achievements that they can present to your employers. So numbers matter, concrete facts matter here regarding your achievements, how good you are at your job can be deduced from the numbers or the facts about your achievements. Now, the third person who will be looking at your CV or resume is the hiring manager. Now, hiring manager is interested in finding out what this person can do for me in the next year or two. They will not consider you for a very long time. They would just try and see what you can do for them in the next couple of years, where you can take them. in the next couple of years. Hiring manager will review your resume or your CV in more detail, and for them what matters is the problems that you have solved in the previous job. If they see that you have previously solved the problems that you are supposed to deal with in the present job, they will immediately prefer you, they will immediately pick you. उनके कंपनी में जो काम है वैसा काम आपने पहले सक्सेसफुली अच्छे से किया है, वैसे समस्याएं वैसे प्रॉब्लम्स आपने सॉल्व की हैं पहले, ये अगर वो देखते हैं तो दे विल गिव यू प्रेफरेंस. Now what should be the structure of a good CV or resume? यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. Now you will be thinking how to write, how to prepare a good CV or a resume. Let us have a look at the structure of a good CV or resume. First of all, it will have your name in all capitals or in proper case, which is first letter capital of every word, first name followed by your surname. The first column would generally be the contact details. You can save space by keeping the contact details short. It will be followed by your profile or your professional summary. This is very important. We saw that the junior resume screeners will give a lot of importance to the phrases that you use in your professional summary or your profile. This profile will be of 4 to 6 lines, and it will contain your summary of your professional life, and it should include your skills, your experience, the industries that you have worked for or worked in, and the tools that you have worked with or the tools that you know. You should avoid meaningless cliches. Cliches means phrases which have become meaningless due to repeated use. जो घिसी पिटी phrases है उनको बोलते हैं cliches. So you should avoid meaningless cliches. Then there will be a section where you can list your core skills. These are your hard skills. Hard skills means your professional skills, your professional knowledge. This section should ideally contain 6 to 8 short bullet points that highlight the main skills that you have to offer related to your job, related to your professional knowledge. For example, a computer, if you are applying for a job of a software engineer, you can write, I know system analysis, or I know Java programming, I know .NET, or whatever. And this will vary according to your education, the field you are working in, or the job that you are applying for. So your core skills should be listed here in 6 to 8 bullet points. Then experience, your previous job experience. There should be a list of your previous jobs and the companies where you have done your previous jobs and the duration, the dates. The format should be company, designation, date, and the latest job should be first. It should be in the reverse chronological order, meaning that your latest job should be on the top and followed by the descending order of dates, or reverse chronological order as it is called. Company, designation, date. For example, Wipro. Company Wipro, designation, team leader, date 2008 to 2011. Then company Infosys, designation project manager, date 2005 to 2008, and so on. Each entry in this list should contain a short summary of the nature of your work. What kind of work did you do in that company? What responsibilities that you had been assigned with? What roles did you play? And what were your achievements during that particular job? If the achievements are accompanied by figures, that would be even better. Then should come an inevitable part of CV or resume, which is education. It should be a simple list of your qualifications. Again, in the reverse chronological order, the latest qualification first and the oldest qualification last. From the latest to the oldest, the format should be date, degree, and institution. For example, 2002 MSc GS College Khamgaon or Amravati University Amravati, whatever. Then BSc, then 2000 BSc, year 2000, degree BSc, institution GS College Khamgaon again. And include only relevant and important qualifications. Ideally, it should be graduation onwards. There is no need to write your SSC or HSC marks and percentage here. There is an optional section of interests. Your interests, your hobbies, what you are interested in. It is optional, you can omit it. And references. References is a section that is required most of the times when you are applying for academic teaching jobs, and when you are writing a CV. References is a part mostly of a CV which is required when you are applying for an academic job, and references means the names of at least 2 to 4 people, eminent people in your field who know you and who can testify about your credentials, who can be who can accompany or who can testify your credentials. Now, some essentials of a good CV or resume are: number one, the length. The length of a CV or resume should ideally be 2 pages and definitely not more than 3 pages, because the recruiters don't have too much time to read it. The format of a resume should be simple. You should use simple and professional fonts like Arial, Calibri, Helvetica, etc. The fonts should be pleasant and readable, simple and professional. The font size should ideally be 10 to 12. Headings should be bold. Your spelling and grammar should be correct. You should have checked your spelling and grammar first. It is important to break the text up to include line breaks between different sections, and the layout should be pleasant, and you should avoid using photos. There is no need to include your photo. Some people include their passport photos in the resume or CV. It is not needed at all, and definitely there should be no photos regarding your achievements or awards or anything like that. So avoid using photos. Now from this line onwards, this line is very important. Can you see the red dotted line? This line onwards is called the top quarter of your resume, and A recruiter is most likely to form an impression on the basis of this upper part of your CV or resume. This is the part, or whatever you write from this line upwards, is the first thing that that a reader of your CV sees upon opening your CV. So make sure that this section contains most of the important information that you want your future employer to notice. Now, why is there a need for application tracking system? Why is it being used? Because large companies are receiving around 50,000 to 75,000 CVs or resumes every week, and on an average a corporate job posting receives 250 applications a week or a month, and out of these 250 applicants, only 4 to 6 will be shortlisted for an interview and 1 or 2 will be selected. 98% of large organizations, including the Fortune 500 companies, the big companies, they use application tracking systems as a part of their recruitment process. And it is very much likely that 75% of the CVs that are written will never be seen by human eyes. They will be outrightly rejected during the initial screening process by the software. They will not reach the hands of a human being. It is likely. So you should write your resume or your CV in a manner that is friendly with these softwares, or that is friendly with the application tracking system. That your resume, you should make sure that your CV or your resume is is readable by a software or an application tracking system, and that it should have the components, the guts to get selected or screened through that software. Now, how to write a robot friendly or an ATS friendly resume or CV? Number one, there are certain keywords that these softwares look for in a resume, and if they find these keywords in your resume, it is very much likely to get selected, to pass the filter test. Use the keywords from the job description in your resume. When you read an advertisement for a job, there are keywords which describe that particular job, so you should use those keywords from the job descriptions in your resume. You should put your contact information at the top of a page, at the top of the page, so that it is immediately screened by the software. But do not put the contact information in header, because header will not be read by the software. At the top, it should be at the top of the page, but not in the header. Use an executive summary and create a bulleted list of qualifications and skills. That is very friendly for a robot to read. If there is a bulleted list, if there is a short executive summary, the software is more likely to pick it up very easily. Use fonts that are web standard, that are normally used in the internet, for example, Verdana, Arial, or Tahoma. These are even Helvetica or Calibri. These are web friendly fonts, web standard fonts, internet friendly fonts. So they are again very much easily readable by the softwares. So don't feel forced to adhere to a one-page standard resume. It is not important whether your resume is one page or two page. It should never be beyond 3 page. But it is a myth that a one-page resume is more likely to get selected. No, there is nothing like that. The ATS robots don't care about length. A longer resume may improve your chances, but that doesn't mean that your resume should be too long. As I said earlier, minimum 1 page, maximum 3 pages. 1 to 2 page is enough. Certainly not beyond 3 pages. So take care that it is not too short or too long. It should be around 2 to 3 pages. And you don't use fancy formatting. You don't use nested sections within sections. You don't use abbreviations or jargons. For example, you don't use abbreviations like MGR for manager or LTD for limited. So if you keep these things in mind, you will be able to get through the robot. Now, there are some practices which are ideal and you should follow them. Like when you are formatting your work history, start with the employer's name, title and date. As I told you earlier, I told you about the format earlier, company, title and date. Then your capitalization, your punctuation, spelling, everything should be correct. Use a spell checker. Microsoft Word comes with a very good spell checker. Then there are tools like Grammarly which help you tackle the grammatical mistakes. And try to upload your resume instead of cutting and pasting it somewhere. If there is a text box given, don't paste it there. Try to upload it properly. Don't use a logo, don't use graphics, don't use tables, because robots don't read tables, they omit them. Don't use headers and footers, and certainly never submit a PDF. Now this is something very tricky because we are used to sending resumes uh, in PDF format, and here I am asking you not to submit a PDF. But let me tell you, you don't submit a PDF unless you are asked for. If they ask you to submit a PDF, then only you can submit a PDF. Otherwise, you should use a file format that they ask you to submit in. They ask you to submit in a doc format, Word document format, go for that. There are some additional tips that I wish to give you, some do's and don'ts. Let us first see some do's. Do quantify your achievements. That means use figures about your achievements. They are more reliable and they are quantifiable. Keep your achievements quantifiable if possible, and as much as possible. Illustrate that you have a problem solving capacity and leadership ability, and describe how you have that leadership ability. You should imply or you should suggest that you have the qualities of motivating others. You are motivated and you will motivate others also. You have aspirations, you have motivation, you are a motivated individual, aspiring individual. This should be implied from your resume or CV. Implied, I stress the word implied. It should not be explicitly mentioned, but it should be implicitly suggested that you are a motivated individual and that you have high aspirations. Do not hesitate to include extracurricular activities in your resume or CV. They tell a lot about your persona. Use a document format that works with all the ATSs, all the application tracking systems. Find out which format works with the best of the application tracking systems and use that format, or use a file format that your employer or recruiter or the employment agency has asked you to use. Now, what you shouldn't do, shouldn't use big and complicated words. You should not boast, you should not exaggerate your accomplishments. Don't make grammar and spelling mistakes. Don't use jargon. Jargon means technical terminology, don't use it. And do not submit the resume or CV in PDF unless specifically asked for. If they ask you to submit a PDF, then only you go for a PDF. Otherwise, use a document format that works with all the application tracking systems or most of the application tracking systems. You can now put across any questions that you have, anything that you want to ask. Thank you so much.
Hello friends, Namaste. I am Miss Ishuta Wankhede. I work as Assistant Professor on ad hoc basis in Department of Computer Science and Applications of GS Science, Arts and Commerce College, Khamgaon. I hope that you must have heard Thakur Sir's lecture very carefully and noted down what kind of details you should include in your resume. Most of the times resume are built by using some word processing software. Microsoft Word is one of the very common. But suppose you are new to such software, it becomes very easy to make all the alignments and adjustments and give your resume a very professional effect. So I would suggest that instead of using such software, you can take the help of some online resume building websites. So in this presentation, I'm going to show you out how to use such websites for designing your resume. Such websites generally take all your information step by step. They make you choose some layout and then they allow you to download your resume in the form of Word or PDF format. So all you can do is you can go to the Google search engine and you can just start out by typing online resume builder. So this will show you many websites. Okay, all these websites are not free. Even if they say that we are providing you the resume building facility free, what do? When we enter all the details and at the time we want to download our resume, they make you charge some fee. So I have particularly gone through most of the sites, and the first online building site which I found very good to use for a novice is a Novo Resume. Novo itself means that a beginner. So Novo Resume will be our first platform. Let us see. It is very straight to forward website, and just click on get started for free. Okay, they provide you different kind of layouts, but as we are a free user, we can choose only one, which is the basic type. I'll just choose this create a resume. Let's see. Okay, so it is asking you to sign in. You can use Google for signing in. So I'll just click on sign in Google. it is very good practice to use a Google account to sign in, so that you just don't need to build up accounts at each and every site. Okay, so see, it asks you what is your experience level, whether you are a student, you are a graduate, you are an intermediate with some experience. So let us first select a graduate student. We suppose that you are a fresher. It is asking for offers and pro tips. I'll just decline that offer. Okay, so here you can see I have already built up a resume by using this Gmail ID, so you can see all my details here. I will edit this resume. See, it takes up my Google ID as default name, and then it also catches up my email ID. So as I have signed by using the Google platform, the machine intelligence, the machine learning base, it already captures all these details and it has put these details into their place. Just remember that this is only one layout you can use with Novo Resume, and also you can only design one resume by using one ID. So this is a little bit limitation. Before you start building your resume, please make sure that you have a good resolution photograph scanned, and also scan out your sign. You may need it into some platforms. So first I will upload my photo. Just go to desktop. Okay, this photo looks good. I'm just going to upload it. Okay, just save out. It is going to crop my pic. Okay, so a professional title, you can just insert it here. I'll just put assistant professor, or suppose I am a student, I'm just a graduate, then I'll just put post graduate in computer science. A short pitchy line about me. This line generally helps to get a glimpse of your experience and your nature. I can just put an enthusiast in web development. So it will just let my recruiter know that I'm an enthusiast in web development. It means that I like to develop websites. Okay, let us consider that we are going to design this resume for a particular IT firm. You can just put down other details like your phone number. Prefer putting your phone number in a standard format where +91 is your country code, and then you can use your other numbers like 966 899. Okay, something like that, so that the digits are well separated and it makes it very readable. Okay, country. Okay, so country, I'm just going to put out my country, my city, and my detailed address. Okay, so here I'm set. Avoid using your social contacts like your website. Okay, website is fine, you can enter if you are having your own website, but avoid using details like Twitter account or Facebook account. You can use your GitHub account because they are generally related to coding, and you can use your LinkedIn because LinkedIn is generally a platform which is used for job offerings, an introduction of your profile. So LinkedIn is allowed. but avoid using Facebook and other accounts. Instagram as well, avoid the Instagram. So I'm just going to save this settings. Okay, so you can see my address have been uploaded and my phone number has also been updated. Educational details. Okay, I'll just like to edit this one first. So when you are going to put your educational detail, always start with the latest course which you have completed. Like if I am a postgraduate, my latest course will be, of course, my post graduation details. So study program would be, suppose, masters in computer science. Okay, institution or place of education, PG. PG, department of computer science and engineering, Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University. Okay, so this, and then if the course is ongoing, then you can just put out that yes, the certain course is ongoing and I have got my admission from certain date and I'm studying up to present. But as I have completed my graduation, I will just put out at what date I have completed. For example, I have started at August 2012 to suppose July 2014. Okay, city, country, you can add up the courses, what kind of courses you had taken, or the thesis details or project details. Okay, so that is one way uploaded. Okay, you can see out. So it is going to show something like this. If you want to add another educational detail, you can just click on add education. Suppose I want to add the details of my graduation, so I can just put Bachelor of Computer Science, Statistics, and Mathematics. Okay, again the education and the place. Suppose I'm going to enter GS, Science, Arts and Commerce College. Always use proper punctuation, proper uppercase and lowercase wherever required. Okay, and suppose I've started from say July 2009 and I've completed somewhat in July 2012. Okay, so those are the details. So that completes my education. So this is how my education detail are going to look. You can see work experience. As I'm a fresher, I'm not having any work experience, so if I want to delete this thing, I can just delete it up. Else if you want to put something, you can just put that details just like I have filled out the educational details, but I'm going to delete it for now. So just delete it. After that, skills. I'm having certain skills I can put out. Like if I'm a good programmer, I can put out good at programming. I'll just put programming. You can add up your skill just like we have added up the educational details. Suppose another skill is good at teamwork. can add up that yes, I am initiator, means allowed to start out the things, start out new ideas, something like that. Personal projects, you can add up any of your personal projects if you're having. If you're not having, you can just click on delete. Organization names, you can check out. Certificates, if you are going to have certain kind of qualifications, with the certificate you can add up. Suppose I'm having a certification by Coursera in software development or web development, better way. So this is going to be my certificate. I'll need to add up the date. Okay, and you can add up the description, that what kind of certification are you having. Okay, suppose it's about web development, then I can add PHP. Which are the details? PHP, WordPress. Okay, so WordPress. Twice check your resume for any kind of spelling mistakes. Okay, it is always good. Language, generally a resume includes that what kind of language are known to you, and how better do you know those certain languages, like whether you can just speak it out, whether you can just understand, or whether you are able to speak it, understand it, as well as write it. So I'll just put out English. Proficiency, you can put out how much. Okay, English, if you are average in English, you can put out 3 out of 5. Okay, suppose I want to add up a language, I can put out Hindi. Okay, proficiency, I can speak out well in proficiency. Okay, native or bilingual proficiency. Bilingual means you are able to talk in 2 languages. So it shows you certain kind of settings. Okay, if you want to change out the settings of your points, okay, you can change it out here. Okay, limited working proficiency or elementary. Okay, you can also show in the form of infographics. What kind of styles do you prefer? Okay, so if for English I'm preferring this style, you can see that English, it's average. Hindi, I'm all good at my proficiency. Okay, you can add up certain interest, like suppose I'm interested in photography. Okay, I'm interested in philanthropy, means allowed to do good to the people, allowed to do some things which are interested or which are for the betterment of the society. So these are my interests. Okay, so here you can complete out the resume. For a basic level resume, this details are enough. Okay, then you can see that here there are different kind of layouts available. Okay, so you can just change as per your requirement or as per your liking. You can change out the theme colors. Okay, you can change out the font if you want. So after doing all the settings, you can just download your resume. Okay, if you click on download, it is going to save out your resume. Okay, and you can see that here my resume has got downloaded. Okay, it is in the form of PDF. I'll just click it out to show you. See, so this is my resume which I have got. You can check it out. Okay, you can directly print it out. Okay, you can also convert it into Word form if you want. There is a certain site which you can just find out online, PDF to Word. Okay, so there is a site called as I Love PDF, and I really like that site. It converts your PDF very quickly and very easily. So just select out a file. My file is in download. Yeah, okay, and just click on convert to Word. So in some time your file gets ready and you can just download it. So you can see here my file has got downloaded. I'll just open it up. So this is what you get in Word. This is now a Word friendly website, Word friendly document. You can edit it up if you want. Okay, so designing such kind of document in Word is really very hard, but using some online platform you can easily develop such kind of things and get a print ready resume. The websites which I am going to show you are entirely mobile friendly, so you can also use them on your mobiles or on your iPads, on your tablets, whatever. The another website which I'd like to suggest is the Enhanced CV website, enhancedcv.com. This is similar to Novo Resume, just as straightforward as it, but it gives you some more facilities. So start up with build my resume. So let us start up with an industry example. They are going to give you some layouts. So I like Enhanced CV because it allows you to select one of many roles available. Like you can choose any of roles in different fields, like being somewhere in education or a teaching field. You can be in business management, you can be a freelancer somewhere in law enforcement or legal activity. You can be in healthcare, marketing, real estate, retail, or anything. So let us choose that. Suppose I'm a fashion designer. Okay, this is the preview of the website. I'll use this resume. Okay, so I'll just change out the name and let it be my own name. My next desired role means what I want to achieve. So I want to be, suppose, creative and outstanding say fashion designer. You can give out something more interesting than this. Okay, just put out your phone number. I just fill out my email. This site hasn't taken my email automatically, so I'll just fill it up. Be it Ishuta Wankhede .gsk 102. Instagram, suppose I don't want it. Okay, and where am I located? I'm located at say Khamgaon, Buldhana, Khamgaon district, Buldhana. Okay. Maharashtra. You can add your country if you want. Experience. Okay, if I'm having experience, I can keep this. If I'm a novice fashion designer, I'll just remove it. Suppose I have been a fashion designer at Ashu Creations. Suppose that is my first job and I have been doing it. So let us see from 2018 to ongoing. Let us see, I have done that job in Nagpur. Okay, so you can just put out details of your institute and job. Ashu Creations was a leading local company for designing ethnic bridal wear. Okay, so you can add out points like what kind of work you have done there, any achievements during your work. I'll delete this thing. Okay. And I can delete this experience. Let us suppose that this is my only job experience. Again, language proficiencies, you can make out the settings. French, I don't know how to speak French. Okay, I suppose Hindi. I'm going to add it up. You can make out a new entry if you want. If you want to add up Marathi, and let us say that I can just understand Marathi, so I'll keep it at proficiency level 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5. It means that I'm able to understand, but I'm not able to write or speak it. Educational details, you can put out your CGPA here if your education is in the form of point or grade system, so you can use the settings here. What has been the tenure of your the period of your education, the period between your admission and completion of the course. So I'll just put this as it is. Let us say, suppose I have done fashion designing from say Mumbai University. Okay, and suppose I've done my high school from Nagpur itself. Okay, technologies. Okay, so what kind of technologies I can use? I can use some certain softwares like Maya and Adobe Suite, where I can design my own clothing and outfit styles. So one thing which is notable about Enhance CV is that it is really free to use, but they will add a small watermark of their brand. Okay, if you want to remove the branding or the watermark, you will need to pay out. Okay, so you need to pay out if you want to remove the watermark. So you can keep it up. It is actually no botherations because they are providing you free facility, so a little bit of their name is okay. Even you can remove it later on by just cutting out the page if you want to really remove it. So this, I can see my resume is ready. I can preview it. You can see what kind of look your resume has got. So if you want to rearrange the section, you can rearrange them. Like if I want my educational details before my language details, so I can just shuffle these things. Okay, if I want my education here before my experience, I can shuffle it up like that. Okay, here, so I want it like that. Okay, so preview again, you can see it. If you want to edit these things again, you can go to the rearrange mode. You can exit from the rearrange mode and go to the edit mode. Suppose I think my resume is ready and final, I can click on download. Okay, again it will ask you to create an account or sign in. I will use my Google to sign in. So okay, here is my Google account. Okay, so I have just signed in. Okay, so you can again create out a resume. I have already created one, so this is my resume. I'll just ask for the download. So it gives you 3 different options. You can make it receive to your email. You can download it as a PDF directly. Even if sent to your email, it will send in the form of PDF only. So better we will download it as PDF. If you download it in the form of TXT, the formatting won't be proper. So I'll suggest you to download in the form of PDF first and then convert it into Word, just like we did by I Love PDF site. So this is what you get. As a completed resume. Okay, if you convert it into the Word, it will stay as it is. Okay, you can take out a color printout if you want. It looks really good. So this was all about the Enhance CV, app.enhancecv.com resume builder. shreeresume.com, it looks like an Indian site. The name itself tells that it is a Indian site, and I actually like this icon a lot. What I like about shreeresume.com is that it gives you a very detailed category for building your resume. There are a lot of categories. Let me show you. I just click on next. You can choose out the resume template. Suppose I'm going to choose out something like this, and I'll just click on next. All the resume building websites will show you the status of your completion. As you go on adding out the details, the progress bar will get completed. Okay, it also, the shreeresume.com also provides you chatting application. You can send them out messages online. Okay, I'll close it for now. So here you can see your functional area. It also supports you a large variety of categories. Okay, let us support I'm someone in say nursing. Okay, and what kind of job do you do? So I'm suppose a nursing assistant. And experience, if you are having anything, if I'm a nursing assistant, then suppose I'm having 2 years experience. Next. So okay, this will can't be blank. Okay, 0 months. Okay, next is enter your information. Prefix, which is compulsory, let it be miss. Suppose in my name, my last name, address lines, I'll just keep it up. Maharashtra, city, say Khamgaon. Star fields, the field marks by the star or the asterisk, they mean that those fields are compulsory. You cannot skip them out. Country code is there, so 968991303. Email, we will create your account with this email. Suppose say ishutawankhede.gsk102@gmail.com. Okay. Just remember one thing, whichever websites we are trying in this presentation, all of them, they will save your resume by your email ID. Suppose you sign out of this website and you log in again by using the same email ID, you will get your resume in intact form. So that even if you don't have a copy of your resume, you can always go to that site and download a fresh copy or make some modification. So that is actually the power of cloud. You can put out your data on the internet and use it anytime when you need it. So it is asking for some password, so I'll just give it out. Please make a note of your password somewhere so that you don't forget it. Okay, confirmation. Okay, the password has been set up. If you are using a personal PC, you can save out your password, else click on never. So now you can see here you have contact information, profile, career highlights, your skills, education, work experience, internship, training and certification, awards if you are having something, professional affiliations, your projects, extracurricular activities and what not. There is a wide range of details available. Okay, so if you don't want a very detailed resume, you can just click on show basic sections, so it will show you some basic sections. You can fill out your details as you want. I don't want to extend this presentation, so I'll just click on next, but you can really go through filling all these things. Okay, if you are not sure of your internet connection, you can save out your progress. So school name, college name, again I'll just go next. Okay, work experience, or suppose I directly want to go to the declaration statement. Okay, declaration statement is one of the important part of your resume, where you declare that all the details which I have specified are true. Okay, and you have your signature below. So if you want to add out a signature, okay, continue. You can upload your photo and signature in your personal information itself. Okay, so I'll just click on the last step and I'll end this. So after submission, you are having two different choices. Okay, one is download your resume for free. Okay, and another one is this one, Grammar Sutra. Okay, but this website believes that you should get your resume. Okay, so money shouldn't be mattering, and it shouldn't come in the way of realizing your dreams, so you can just click on free download. It also provides you with two options, PDF and TXT. I'll suggest you to download in the form of PDF. If you want to upload it somewhere, you can just upload it by using converting it to Word. Okay, so as I have avoided entering other details, I'll just get my basic information, but this is how your resume will really look like. So I'll suggest Shri resume for the people who are using laptop and who want a really detailed resume for applying. Generally the experienced people, they can prefer this site because it covers all the categories like awards and achievements, where you can showcase out your achievements very properly. There are another two sites which are resumemaker.online and resume.com. So we will just take a quick overlook of the sites. Resumemaker.online is very simple to use. It is the foreign website, and you can see that the download option is available in the form of PDF. You can preview your site, you can save it out, you can load if you have already designed your resume. You can upload your picture. Let us suppose I'm going to upload this picture. Okay, so looks good. However, you cannot crop it or move it like we were able to do it in Novo Resume. Okay, so you'll need to have a proper picture in order to set it up. Your name, of course, I can edit out my name. Sorry. My profession or specialty, it can be a punchy line. Okay, so I just put out experienced, suppose fitness trainer. Okay, also I can say spirited fitness trainer. Okay, your details like your birth date, nationality, your address, your email, your phone number. Okay, your professional experience, the summary of your experience. Suppose I have been a fitness trainer or fitness expert at, say, ABS gym, Pune. You can give out the short summary of your professional experience, and then you can add out your educational details. Okay, so suppose this is what I have entered, and depending on this I'll just preview my resume. Okay, so this is how my resume is going to look like. Okay, if you want to download it, you can download in the form of PDF. Okay, free download has already been started. So this is what my resume looks like. Okay, so it is also in the form of two colors. We can get out a colorful print if you want. Okay, but it does not include a declaration statement anywhere or your signature anywhere. Okay, but a basic resume can suffice this kind of details. So for the novice people, I will suggest that you can take the resume maker or online as an option to the Novo Resume website. Okay. Another website is resume.com. So you can start out with your name. This is also an intermediate website which can be used by novice as well as experienced person. So starting with my name. Okay. It also gives you certain selections. You can browse for the templates. First I'll just choose that. Suppose I'm someone from the sales. You can select the template, or you can browse from other templates. Okay, see, they differ in the position, they differ in the form of layout. Okay, just select this one because I liked it. Okay, so edit my section. jump to the education. Okay, suppose I want to add, so I can add which school did you go. Okay, suppose I want to say I went to Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. What did you study? You can put out whatever you studied. Suppose my graduation date was July somewhere 2014. Okay, next. So what were your academic achievements? Okay, so I'll add this. It also suggests you certain kind of options which you can add ready-made. So this is one of the unique facility provided on this website. Okay, next, you can save your resume anytime you want. If you want to add out certain skills, maybe suppose I'm into sales, okay, and I'm into customer care. Next, my experience, suppose I'm not having any experience, I'm a fresher, so finish it up. Okay. It will ask you to create an account or you can sign up with Google. I'll suggest you to sign up with Google always because it makes it very easy. You don't need to remember different passwords and different account names. So it is just like one account and you can sign in at every place. So okay, I think I've signed in. So it gives you different kind of options after signing in: printing, PDF, TXT download, or you can delete out your resume. So if I want it in the form of PDF, see, my resume has got downloaded, and you can go to any section from this dashboard and you can edit it up. Okay, so you can see in the form of PDF, my resume will look something like this. So this is a monochrome resume. This also looks good and it offers you different layouts. So resume.com also looks good. So these were some of the online resume building platforms available. I will just summarize all of them on a slide. So the first website which we visited was noresume.com. The second one was Enhance CV. Third one was Shri Resume, which is a very detailed website. Third one is the resumemaker.online, and the fourth one is the resume.com. So I think that in your assignments you can just choose any one of this platform, build your resume and share with us on the Hangout or in the Telegram group. If you want some more details, you can ask up in the interactive sections. If you are having any queries, you can always ask up openly. I thank my HOD and my college administration who gave me a chance to make out this presentation and share my knowledge with you people. So I hope that you will use any one of this site for completing your assignment where you want to where you have to build out a resume and share with us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hello friends, I, Miss Kirti Shah, congratulate you all for successful attending this online workshop on resume building organized by Department of Computer Science and Application of GS Science, Arts and Commerce College, Khamgaon, District Buldhana, Maharashtra. I take immense pleasure to thank our speaker, Mr. Prithviraj Thakur, Assistant Professor in English for his excellent delivery of knowledge and wisdom on the critically important task of designing a great resume. My sincere thanks to the college administration and to Dr. D.S. Talwankar, principal of our college, for their constant support and encouragement. A special word of gratitude to Dr. P. Ajmire, Head of Department of Computer Science and Applications, who is constant source of guidance and motivation to us. Last but not least, I thank Miss Ishuta Wankhede, my beloved colleague, for her brilliant idea of organizing this event and taking day-night effort to make this event successful. With this note, I declare the session is over. We will have break till 2 p.m. Please solve your quiz to get e-certificate. Note that only the participant attending the quiz shall receive certificate. Take time to drop your feedback. Thanks to all of you.